All right. Ready? Okay. So, this is your doctor's report. This is where we explain what this is all about and why it is. And when I'm done, we'll go back and we'll look at your x-rays, and you will actually see what's going on. I actually will ask you questions to make sure I did my job. I'll say things like, look at your x-ray. Is your brain happy or is it mad? Is that causing your body to be green grass or brown grass? And you'll know the answers based on what I want to tell you, okay? And so this is the most important visit I have. This is where you really kind of understand what we're to be doing. I won't share any of your stuff out here. We'll go back into a private room when we're done, and then you'll get to see your x-rays. And then I'll also go over your options as far as the memberships that we have and how we work all that. And then you'll go home tonight and you'll just pick whatever which one you feel works best for your goals. And then you'll come back on your next visit and tell us which one we want to do, and then we'll get started with that. Okay? So this is called the doctor's report. I've been doing this for 30 years. It never gets boring. We've been here a long time. In 2019, we actually won an award, and they came in and did a video of our office, and it just kind of tells you the story. It's less than 3 minutes. I'm going to play that first just to kind of help you understand what you're getting yourself into, and then we'll get started.
The winner of the 2019 People's Choice Award is presented to Adjustments for Life.
The key to our success is very simple. We love to take care of people. So we literally have been in Northglenn since 1992. And why we've been here this long? I wake up every morning and I feel like God drops the keys to the people in this city's health and healing and happiness. And so my job is now to go to work on that. When we came here in 1992, this was a different city. And over the years, things have changed. I've had to learn how to adapt. The same language we use now, I have to use differently. But before we'd have a flyer and say, here, go bring your friends. But now we have millennials, we have different languages, different things. We have social media that wasn't around when I got out of school. So I've had to learn how to literally navigate and communicate in this 2019 world we live in. So because of that, we have over 110 videos on our Spine Geek YouTube channel. We have 150 videos on our Facebook Spine Geek channel. I guess they're not going away. And so we're trying to really have a global impact and teach people how to be healthy and be strong. So that's when we've been able to evolve, if you will, and adapt to people's changes. That's why we won this award in 2013, in 2017, and in 2019. And when I looked at people who I had asked to vote for us, and I said, hey, we won, all the comments on Facebook were like, duh, of course you won, we love you. I mean, it's not about me. It's just every day we wake up and we purposely set our minds to want to love on people, take care of them, because so many people have been physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, and they really can't find a place to come. And we realize that we know who's walking in here. We know this is a body, this is a mind, this is a spirit that needs healing. And we address that, and our most powerful tool is love first. And that's our key to success, loving people. Okay. And again, if you just Google Spine Geek, you'll see everything. So I use this, so if you have questions about nutrition, or exercises, or detoxing, or vitamins, all the other things, that questions you might have, can be found there, okay? So, this is us, again, like I said, over the last 30 plus years, we've been to 2 Olympics, our patients have won gold medals, we've been to Zimbabwe twice to help them with everything going on over there in Africa. I was a chiropractor in Colorado Rapids when they won their gold medal. And so when you come in here, you're just getting a different flavor of weirdo, if you would, okay? This is my story, this is my daughter. Again, when my daughter was born, she had a very traumatic birth. And we thought everything was fine. We thought we knew, I thought I knew everything about health and healing. And so we started adjusting her, we started doing all kinds of things to keep her healthy and strong like we knew. But we noticed that about age 5, she'd be ignoring us. And actually, as my wife and I have been going through old pictures, we see pictures where she's looking at us and she is not there. She's having a petit mal seizure, where the lights are on but nobody's home. So as we go back and look at old pictures, we saw that. So again, why do I do what I do? Because of my daughter. That's where my story started. I wouldn't be the person I am today or the doctor I am today without the story we had to go through. At 8 months old, she had a traumatic birth. Then she fell down a flight of stairs in a walker, which caused even more trauma. But again, with kids, you look at them and you're like, you're fine, right? We didn't know the storm that was coming. So we did everything we knew. And lots of times people come in here thinking, I don't know what else there is to do. Nothing's working, right? I need to find something different. Especially when everything you're trying is not getting better. So I get that if you ever feel that way. But by age 5, she's now with petit mal seizures many a day. Some days she's there, some days she's playing soccer with her friends and she just walks off. And again, as parents, it just broke our heart because nobody could give us answers. The experts didn't know any more than I did. The chiropractors, the naturopaths, the medical doctors, they all said, we don't know anything about seizures. Put her on the medication and, if that doesn't work, we'll take half the brain out. Well, that wasn't an option, okay? Even though I didn't know what the answer was. So I'd love to tell you, I gave her a magical adjustment and she got better. Or I found a magic vitamin. No. So I had a choice with my daughter. I could ignore it and just say, well, there you are. Have your seizures. We'll do. I could keep going to doctor trying to find the magic herb or the magic vitamin or the magic pill. But lots of times, as you're going to learn, if you shut off the symptom, that just drives the problem deeper to come out even more. Or I could literally just double down on what I did know and just keep asking God for wisdom and applying it. And that's what we did. From age 5 to age 12, she had all kinds of petit mal seizures. Age 12, she has her first grand mal seizure at the Westminster Rec Center and almost dies. And we're like, hello, we're the ones people come to get healthy. We're the ones people come to pray. What is happening with our daughter? Why us? And so we had to really, literally relearn everything about health and healing that wasn't working with our daughter. Everything. I mean, nothing. I left no rock unturned with my daughter. In our faith, in our schooling, in nutrition, everything. And so, finally, by the time she was 16, 17 years old, I went to a seminar, and the doctor said, you have to have curves in your spine, because right now, if your spine gets twisted, on top of emotional stress and chemical stress, that's going to make the brain mad. And what a seizure is, or a symptom, is the brain mad, then causing the body to warn you, saying, hey, do something. And especially do something with the spine. And we were never taught that before. We thought, come in, you have a pain, like a fuse box, punch him in the back, power's on, and a lot of people got better, but not my daughter. So, after 40 grand mal seizures, and after just really trying to just really give up and quit almost, we finally heard a different story about getting the curves back in the spine, getting the brain to calm down, and as we did that, life began to change. So we figured out that I learned that the birth she had was very traumatic, and that caused the brain to be mad, okay? I learned, where can we go for help? Yes, church is good for spiritual connection, but what about the mind? What about the body? This had nothing but medications and surgery, and that wasn't necessarily the solution. More medication wasn't the solution to make the brain. Lots of times what they do here makes the brain even more mad, okay? Food is good, but you're going to learn what I call dog poop ingredients is in all the food now, and even one Skittle could trigger a seizure, right? One wrong meal could trigger pain in your body. It's crazy. We think, oh, come on. No, really, it's that sensitive. Yeah, okay, good. And again, what workout do we do to get stronger and get better, okay? So we were looking for health and just wasn't not getting the results we wanted. And then in chiropractic, I literally had to reinvent, based on this new information, what chiropractic even is. And so you coming in from a previous chiropractic background, I want to make sure, like, okay, this is completely different. Yeah, it's because I had to get my own daughter back on the right track. And everything we learned started applying to everybody else. And so what I found out, metaphorically, is I had the wrong map. The map I was given to raise a healthy family was wrong. The map I was given to help patients really get healthy was wrong. I was trying to find Denver in Ohio. Not going to work. I don't care how much money you throw at it. I don't care how much you pray. You got to have the right map. So when you leave here today, you're going to have the right map. or a better map, or hopefully a cooler map, right? If when I finally learned after, I wish I'd known this when she was younger, I finally could find Denver because I had a Colorado map. So that's what I want to give you today after you see your x-rays, is a new map to follow. Say, if I just follow this, then I'm going to see good things happen for my life. Cool beans? Okay. Here's the map we found. When should someone start getting adjusted? The day they're born. The birth trauma with forceps, vacuum extraction, cesarean, that puts a lot of twisting on the spine, and it can make the brain really mad. But a lot of folks don't make it to the chiropractor to get their first adjustment until they're 30, 40, 50 years old. My map is that within the first week, let's get you checked. And then let's check your brain and let's check your nervous system once a week to keep it in a peace state. Not a stress state. They do that to you out there, right? Emotional stress, chemical stress, physical stress puts the brain in a stress state. And then everything else equals, that's why behavior. So I would see you once a week just to make sure you're pooping and eating and keeping the dog poop ingredients away, and keeping not adjusting you because you have a pain, but adjust you to take the stress off the spine so the brain stays happy. That's really what it's all about. Happy brain, happy child. That's why we have a large pediatric practice. Their parents want their brains happy, so they sleep, so they eat, so they poop, so they're not fussy. And we really raise up strong children. And that's what I want for you. So you're not fussy and you, no, I'm kidding. But that means by age 10, I've seen you 500 times. By age 20, I've seen you 1,000 times just for maintenance, just because you have a brain and nerve system. And when you live in a world that can make it mad. By age 30, I've seen you 1,500 times. By age 40, I've seen you 2,000 times. By age 50, 2,500. So if you say, well, what's wrong with my spine? I just haven't seen you enough, really. And we just need to get you caught back up, okay? And so in our home and in our office, there's 5 areas that I doctor you with. The first one is the spine, because I want to keep your brain and nervous system happy and healthy, okay? Then I want to make sure you're living in what we call shalom or peace. That's important. So I'll say, hey, how's your smile today? How do you know that? So we do that. Then we work out on Saturday mornings at 8:30. So if you want to come and get your workout on, it's about 15 minutes of stretching, and I call it yoga, and it's a 12-minute workout. And we've been doing it, and we have a great club of people that come. So we do that for you. We also customize a nutrition plan for you, because I want you eating food that makes your brain happy. Our daughter, if she ate something that made her brain mad, boom, seizure. It was real quick, right? Then we had to figure out, because the label said, oh, this is good for your brain, and it wasn't. So we had to learn that. And we also learned how to customize nutrition and vitamins. Because if you're taking the wrong vitamins, your brain's like, I'm going to get mad now. And then what about medication, shots, and surgery? You're going to learn that for emergencies, fine. But there's dog poop in those. And so that's really not a really good long-term solution. So this is kind of what you're getting by walking in here. And that's my daughter now today. 34 years old, living in Kentucky, right? She moved to Kentucky this year. And she says, Dad, don't take this the wrong way. I miss you as my dad, but I really miss you as my chiropractor. I'm like, duh, yeah. She's like, I can call you, but I can't. I'm like, okay. So everything that you see here that I'm going to talk to you about isn't theory. We lived it, unfortunately, but fortunately now you get to get better, okay? So, and that's the rest of my plan. That's me and my wife. That's Dr. May. She's a chiropractor in Ohio. Dr. Luke's in chiropractic college. That's the baby. He's taller. Grant, 28. He's 22. Leah, 34. But how I treat them is how I treat you. Okay? I practiced on them so I could get really good to be your doctor. So here's what you're going to learn, Miss Joyce, that I'm going to give you a new map. The good news is that your body has everything it needs to heal. We just got to make sure that your spine is not making your brain mad, therefore making your body hurt, for a good word, okay? Once we get your spine going the right direction, everything's going to begin to heal, not just the pain, but everything, because that's what your brain controls. Cool beans? Okay, this is a new map. It works, and it's good for you. Now, I assume, well, everybody, I have to make sure this is a new map. And here's how it works. I'm known as the green grass guy around the world. If I take grass seed and I put it in the ground, right, and I water it, what are you going to get? Green grass. And it's going to grow to be green, right? The nice thing is it's the same for you, it's the same for everyone on this planet. It's the same thing in Sweden or Zimbabwe. If I water the grass, it's going to grow green. So, if I kink the hose though, and I turn the water supply off to the seed, then your green grass is going to go to what color? Die. But it doesn't die overnight. It goes from green to brown or yellow, then to dead, right? Everybody says it's going to die. You're right, but not overnight. But it goes through a process. It'd be easier if it was just, okay, alive and then dead, but we have lots of suffering through that. So I kink the hose, and then the seed says, hey, something's not right. You took away my water. I'm going to warn you. So now you get brown grass. See, brown grass isn't the problem. It's the warning. Pain's not the problem. It's the warning. We got to get to the cause of the problem. And like I said, with my daughter, I could just do nothing and ignore it and just hope and pray it gets better. I could try to find the right medication or the right vitamin, the right surgery. Or I could double down and get to the cause of it. And that's what we chose to do. So this is about the cause of it. When you shut the water off, you got to get to the cause of it. You got to find where the kink in the hose is. Once you find it, then you turn the water back on, and the dead grass or the brown grass then goes back to what? Green grass. So here's my billion-dollar question for you. Once we get you to green grass, how long do you want to keep it that way for? Forever. That's what I want for you. But that's the principle you got to understand. So you're going to hear me talk to you about, is that decision a good idea, therefore a green grass choice? Or is that decision going to be brown grass or a bad idea? Okay, that's literally how we look at it and how we go. And so as we go through this analogy, what your hose is for your grass, your spine now is for you. Okay? Stress on the hose messes with the seed in the grass. Stress on the spine messes with your body. You can have a green grass, eventually brown grass, and dead grass effect. And so, let's convert this story now to you. At one time, God got together and blew on your mom's belly, and boom, you were there. That's how we tell. We keep it for the kids. Now, here's the cool. This is you. You're a seed. The first thing that you made was your brain and spinal cord. So that's the most important organ in your body. I ask people, what's the most important organ? Well, your heart. I said, well, what tells your heart to beat? My brain. Oh, okay, good. So your brain and your nervous system put you together for 40 weeks. And then at 40 weeks, your brain said, time to go. Or actually, your mom's brain said, time to go. Okay, you guys got together. But that power didn't stop. Your brain now is in charge of telling your heart to beat and telling your finger to heal when you cut it. If your brain is happy, it'll beat normally. If your brain is mad, it'll either beat way too slow or way too fast based on its perception. Healing will not happen. That's a sign of the brain being in stress when healing doesn't happen. So pain that's not going away tells me the brain wants to keep putting it there for a reason. So this is you. This is your brain. This is your spinal cord. When you came in, I had to check this first to find out if your spine was out of alignment, causing stress, making the brain unhappy. Because then that can affect us physically, emotionally, mentally, our spiritual connection, everything. Now, it's not me. That's according to Grey's Anatomy, the book, not the TV show. I've been doing this for so long, I'm like, wait, Christopher Reeves, the old Superman, and Grey's Anatomy is a book, it is a TV show too. So here's how I look at you. When you came in, I looked at your spine, and I said, okay, we're in brown grass now. Not just because you hurt, because that's what your spine says you're functioning at. And I want to do something with you to get your brain happy and your spine happy so that you now can become green grass strong. Like you said, and be there forever. If we don't, here's the bad news. The laws of nature just say it just keeps going this direction. And I don't want that for you. So that's really the decision you're making tonight is I want to do something to get me going this direction. Because if I don't do something, like with my daughter, if I just ignore it, or if I keep trying to find the magic, then she would keep going this direction. So, green grass strong means, when I say I want to make you green grass strong, that means I want you to have plenty of energy. I want you to feel good, have good hormones, normal appetite, okay to be intimate, good cycles, good mood, peaceful life, strong thick hair, sleep well. Okay, I don't know if you want to get pregnant or not right now. You can pass on. But be a healthy idea. But this just means life is good, right? When the brain gets switched and gets stressed and then makes the body brown grass, that means then fatigue,
headaches, neck pain. Women can have infertility issues, PMS, bad mood, back pain, joint pain, overweight, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Maybe now you're on one medication, and some days you feel good, some days you don't. To me, that may seem normal to people, but it's not. It shouldn't even be there. I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for you. And these are just signs that something is not right on the inside. If we don't get it corrected, then you start seeing very weak or dead grass symptoms show up. Heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, thyroid, polycystic ovarian syndrome, cancer, fatty liver, arthritis, chronic pain, insomnia, 4 medications or more. Understand, your brain and body makes all of this. If it's in a good mood and it's at peace, it will make this all by itself. Natural, that's what it does. If it's stressed out, then as a warning sign, it will make this. And if we ignore it or try to shove the symptoms deeper with medications or dog poop ingredients, then it makes this. So we are the ones that we do this, okay? So again, we want to get you going out of here and get you going this direction. And again, Dr. Windsor, back in the 30s, did autopsies on people who died of different diseases, different organ issues. So like heart disease. When you're born, your heart is supposed to protect you, never attack you. But if the spine gets twisted, that makes the brain stress out, and especially if it's the nerves going to the heart, then that's the heart, that's the area that goes from green grass, brown grass to dead grass. Literally a heart attack is a dead grass heart. The same with the lungs. Lungs, asthma, can't breathe, brown grass, dead grass lungs. They were all made perfect in the womb, but why do they end up taking you and causing you to be on the autopsy table? It's because, and again, no one dies of everything. It's usually one part. Why? Because that's the part of the brain and the neurology of the spine. The good news is that when you get adjusted and do your home exercises and go to green grass, all these organs begin to regenerate. So you're going to become a regenerating machine so you can live longer and be stronger, right? And again, am I trying to say a crooked spine can make you sick? Yes. It makes the brain mad. Then the brain sends all those yucky hormones we don't want, right? And then that has a deadly effect on the organs. They literally go to dead grass, and we don't want that. And then I can look at your x-rays, and I can tell you how long your body's been making brown grass for, okay? Normal means there's no arthritis on the spine. Phase 1 means there's alignment, there's kinks on the hose, but there's no degeneration yet on the vertebrae. Now, it can take 10 years to go from normal to phase 1. So if you're at phase 1, understand to stop it and get it going the right direction, we're dealing with a 10-year-old problem. To change symptoms, it takes a little bit of time. To change neurology, get the brain patterns better, it takes longer. But that's okay. Every day is a new day for you. If we don't find you in time and your spine then degenerates or rusts or rots into phase 2, that means I see arthritis and degeneration right on the bones. So stenosis, scoliosis, arthritis, disc disease, disc degeneration, all those itises and otises simply just tells me that your hose has been kinked for over 20, 25 years. So we've got a lot of work to do to stop that and get your brain happy and get your body making green grass going the right direction. Because if we don't, then it goes into phase 3. And that's when you see everybody in, all hunched over and just nursing home spine, I call it. Because according to Dr. Windsor, their spine just shut them down. And their brain got upset, and they're in that fearful, constricted posture, and it's just not good. And they got plenty of medications, plenty of doctor's visits, but they're still brown grass, dead grass. So that's what I want to see. Now, we took x-rays of you because here's what I want to see. I want to see your spine straight. If it's straight, then that means your brain can be happy, and it can send green grass strength down the body. But if your spine's going crooked, that stress makes the brain mad, and it makes brown grass happen health, okay? So we want to do things to get it this way, or untwist it. From the posture, we look at this. Again, I'm not looking for fractures or pathologies. My daughter, we couldn't find anything wrong until I relearned how to look at x-rays. Once we knew how to look deeper, I saw alar tears up here from the falls. I saw all kinds of things. I'm like, no wonder her brain's mad, right? So for you, we want to see the spine, nice curves. We don't want to see this. We don't want to see this because that means then that stress makes the brain mad. It makes the body brown grass, dead grass. Okay? All right, good. So we took x-rays. When we looked at your x-rays, again, we took geometry. You need it, okay? We drew lines on your spine. We looked at numbers. 37 in this x-ray of this person. 35 means green grass strong. Brain's happy. Good. So I have objective measurements to know where you're at. It's not based on, oh, how do you feel today? Okay? You'll never hear me go, crack, crack, okay, come back when it hurts again. That's just not, didn't work with my daughter, I'll do that here. So we look at where your x-ray is, and I'll say, Joyce, your curve in your neck is at this. 35 is ideal. The further you are from that number, the madder your brain is, and the more brown grass you are, and that's why you're where you're at. Then we also took an x-ray of you from the front. We used the goggles for positioning, making sure that it's a good x-ray. I want to see everything in your spine right on this red line here. See how this guy's going off to the right? So, is his brain happy or mad?
It's not happy.
It's not happy. Is he making green grass or brown grass?
Brown.
Yeah. When should he start getting that fixed and adjusted?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, the day he was born, right? See, now you can read x-rays. Again, we had you sit with your lower spine, okay? Arms crossed. We drew lines off of L1, off of L5. I want to see 35 degrees or 35 to 45. The further you are from that number, then there's our sign. We know exactly why your brain's mad and why it's making you hurt, okay? And then from the front, we want to see everything on the spine just like this. And if not, then we do something to change it so it starts getting back into alignment. We also do the head weights because we've learned that as we adjust you, we're sending you back out to the very stressful world that caused you to be where you're at. So how can we make you stronger? So you see us put the head weights on. We look at your numbers without the head weights, and we say, okay, which head weight is going to bring you back the most? So I'll tell you after you see your x-rays, tell the team on the next visit, you're a half pound or 1 pound or even 2 pounds to help bring things back. And when you're on that vibration platform and when you're sitting with your head weights on at home, your brain is like, okay, now we can change things. So how do we change your spine? The first thing is we got to get the stress off the spine to send a good news to the brain. So we drink water to take the stress off the discs. Then we do the traction to take the stress off the neck and the rest of the spine too. Then we do the wobbling. Again, why? Because it warms up the spine to take the stress off. You walk in, that guy cut me off. And now we're like, no, let's warm it up, okay? And it's time for your adjustment. So again, it's not about a wrestling match. It's not just popping and praying. It's about doing something where your brain is smiling afterwards, okay? You don't want to get over-adjusted because that's no fun, right? You don't want to get under-adjusted either. So that's how I do my leg checks and all that. The leg check tells me whether you're in stress or not in stress. If you're in stress, then we make the adjustment, and when your legs are even, I'm done. The power that made you is going to go to work, now your brain's happy. I'm just giving you the best gift in the world, right? So there's times I'll use my adjusting tool. There doesn't have to be any cracking. That's okay. And sometimes there's lots of cracking, and that's okay too, right? So that's the point, is turning that brain back on. And then you stay on the Vibe platform because we want to make that brain happy and retrain the spine so it keeps the brain happy. And again, the way we work things is that we want to give you specific home exercises so that you can get the green grass and then stay there, right? There's always adjustments, but again, the x-rays tell us whether it's once a week or twice a month or once a week, whatever it is. When you become a patient here, we give you a gift. You have a toothbrush, right? And you've been taught since a little girl on how to use it. I just wish someone would have taught you how to use this when you were a little girl, right? So this is your spinal bag, or what I call spinal brushing. We will teach you and train you on how to use this every day at home, okay? This is my gift to you for when you start. We work this office like a gym, okay? To stay competitive and stay in business, we have to run it like a gym. So you pick a membership. We just put the bill pay information in. You pick what dates it wants to come out. It makes it easy. That way we can keep the prices low and affordable for you. But as a gift, we give you this so that you can now get the process going much faster. So the adjustments plus this every day helps the spine change, helps the brain stay happy, and that's what we found out with our daughter as well, okay? So you'll have a traction unit. You can work up to 100 at home, okay? Why do we do this? I mean, there's lots of fancy words why. Bottom line, let's make your brain happy. Let's make your green grass strong. That's why, okay? And then we have you wobble, okay, 30 times each way, front to back, twist, twist. And again, why? Because every day I want you to do something to make your brain happy, right? And make your body strong again. And then keep it that way. Then we'll have you sit with your head weights on, okay? because that just gets the brain to pull things back and just makes the brain go, okay. We can undo all the stuff the world has done to us today, right? And again, why? Broken record. It turns on the brain power and helps you be a happy, healthy green grass strong. Make sense?
Mhm.
The last thing is that you lay on your rolls at night while you fall asleep for maybe 20, 30 minutes. Some folks sleep on them all night. Some folks hate them. The rule is with any of these home exercises, if it hurts, don't do it. Because now you've gone from happy brain to stressed brain, and we don't want to keep it there, okay? But again, why do we do this? So that you wake up, you sleep well, and again, it keeps your brain power happy, and it keeps you happy and healthy and strong. So that's why we do it, okay? And again, this is not my first rodeo. I literally have over 500,000 effective safe adjustments. It's probably even more than that. But I figured out the number, like, okay, how 20, 30 years? Oh, okay. So this stuff really works. And again, you see babies. Why? Because we want to grow them up healthy. My passion now, next 100 is about the children. They've been lied to, so are their parents. And you see that all the time, right? We have a special thermography unit that scans newborn babies when they come out from the birth process to make sure the doctor didn't pull too hard. So if we see green, blue, or red, we know right there's kinks on the hose. We know the brain is mad. So now we can begin adjusting the baby and help them grow up a whole new way. So they come see you, they love God, they love themselves, and they love others, right? And again, this is what we want for our kids. And our kids are. Our kids are amazing at coming here and get adjusted. They do good in school, they're fun to be around. And again, research-wise, statistically, children who get irregular adjustments, they're strong, they're healthy, they don't get the colic, they don't get the ear infections, they don't have the tummy troubles. They fight off all the infection stuff. We're not worried about all the different things they say it's out there. They're just strong and resilient. So that's the good news. The other cool thing is that when you get adjusted, again, we make the brain happy. How do you know, Dr. Joe? Because they've done blood work on people after their adjustment, and the cortisol, which makes you stressed, attacks your organs. You can't sit still. You can't think. You can't remember, right? Cortisol, all that stuff. Now serotonin turns on. Boom, after the adjustment. Why my chiropractor? Because the adjustment beats everything. Food doesn't quite do that. Exercise, nutrition, it's good, but the adjustment is what flips that switch on like nobody else and takes you out of dominant cortisol, sympathetic dominance into serotonin. And I watch you. They go, okay, good. Vagal tone is on, neuroplasticity is happening, epigenetics is going good. It's just, legs are balanced. And so expect to watch your immune system get better. Expect your digestion to improve in time. Expect your mobility, like I said, feel 10 years younger. Less aches and pains, more energy, better posture, and you're going to sleep better. When we start making the brain happy and the spine happy, that's the benefit that you get. That's green grass. The good news is that people who get this kind of care versus those who don't, unfortunately, are brown grass and dead grass, which means, yeah, they have more hospital admissions. They have more hospital stays in the hospital. They have more surgeries and are on a lot more medication. Our country is 7% of the world's population, but we take over 70% of all the medication in the world. That's not a good recipe to get to green grass, okay? And again, tell your friends, tell your husband, Dr. Joe can help everybody unless they need stitches or emergency room surgery. I don't do that. So just know that over the last 30 years, I've helped people with depression, diabetes, better focus, better grades, headaches. I've helped people get them healthy so they don't need more pain medication. Their cancer went away. And again, I don't treat cancer. I just make the brain happy. The brain's what put it there, right, is brown grass. Cancer's gone. People want to live, not kill themselves, able to get pregnant. Prostate cancer's gone. Families are happy, having fun. No more blood pressure pills. Better mood. Soccer team wins championship in 2010. Our athletes win gold medals. Johnny's happy when he wakes up now. No more restless leg syndrome at night. Get off all smoking, the smoking medications, which are horrible. Get rid of the bifocals. Got out of the wheelchair, can dance at their daughter's wedding now, and babies sleep through the night. That's what a happy brain and getting adjusted can do. So as we wrap this up, here's where you're at. if we don't turn this boat around, it's going to cost you something. Well, guess what? It's going to cost you something to turn the boat around too. It's just that's where it's at. I chose with my daughter to find out, and all my other patients, what to do to turn the boat around. Whatever it cost. I was not going to let her fall, okay? And here's the problem. Doing nothing or taking what the world wants to give you, natural or unnatural, sometimes can have a pinch of dog poop in it. Sometimes they tell you, sometimes they don't. So if I made you organic brownies, but I put a fresh pinch of dog poop in it, and I told you, would you want the brownies? No. Why not? You're not a fan of that one ingredient, right? What if I made you brownies and you ate them and I didn't tell you there was dog poop in it? Would that make you mad too?
Mhm.
I struggle with that because that's what's happening to people out there. Right now, if people have back pain, they want to know what medication or surgery to get. Sorry, but that's not a good solution to be green grass. If they're in school and they can't focus or in their bad mood, they want to find what medication, what dog poop to take there. Not a good plan, right? Exercise, oh, it's just too hard. So what can I take to look? Nothing. Go. It's hard work. Sorry, there are no shortcuts here. Okay, you know that.
I know.
And then they want to eat crap and look good, and that's not the way to do it either. And then again, they want to, well, what can I just take for my blood sugar? No, take a nap, right? So this is the world that I want to, hopefully you're not in, but if so, this is our goal, is to pull people out of this and get them healthy and strong. So, amoxicillin is not a good idea. Why? Dog poop ingredients. It makes you brown grass and dead grass. Ritalin, I have an article here, same as cocaine, with dopamine and all the neuroscience. I'm big into the neuroscience. It's just they won't give you a gun in the military if you've been on Ritalin. Why would they do that? Because your safety is off in your brain. But, oh, go ahead. Not good. You know that. Appetite suppressants, dog poop. No dose, energy drinks, pounded down, dog poop. Prozac, again. And again, if people are depressed and unhappy, I understand. But the brain is depressed and unhappy. And we need to do something to start going the right direction. So it's like, let's get healing, right? And then Zantac with gut issues. So let me get this straight. If I take all the dog poop they want to give us and call it health care, this is what you get to have. And I really struggle with that. They did that to my dad. And it just killed me. Because I'm like, he's in Michigan, we're here, and I'm like, I can't help you. I have to be your son. I can't be your doctor. You're making me crazy. So we don't want that. And again, if we fought, what do we get? Well, we get diabetes, we get heart disease, we get cancer, right? Not good plan. Too much, and dog poop does that to you. And then the bills. So again, we treat this like a health club, right? If you have insurance, great. But a lot of insurance companies don't cover to be healthy. They only cover you when you're broken. And I want to get you better. So we'll talk about what it does and doesn't do, but I'll show you how we handle the cash discounts for you, okay? So, we want to get going this direction and go here with you, okay? We know that you have an amazing power in your body. We know that your spine is pinching on it, you'll see it in a minute, making the brain mad and making the body, then the brain make you brown grass. That's how it works? Okay. I want to give you a new map. So when I have this here, we had a new lady, a guest walk in and go, and she saw my sign. She goes, what do you mean by that? I said, you'll have to come check it out. So again, because of get better faster, we're going to be working on getting your spine adjusted, but we want you to get enough sleep. Some people say, wow, I'm sleeping all the time now. I know, your body's healing while you sleep. So if you feel like you're more tired and you want to sleep more, please do. You'll get better. As soon as we start switching out the formula for real food, that'll have a healing effect on you. You're going to learn how to brush your spine daily. Right now, you don't need more medications. You don't need more vaccines because that just makes the brain mad. We want to get you help as fast, okay? This is what we'll focus on first. Then in the weeks and months that follow, we'll start talking about nutrition and things like that. This is where we have to start first, okay? And again, by wrapping this up, I want to do for you what we did for them. It literally gave me back my daughter. It gave me back my family. Oh, by the way, my wife, having a special needs daughter, total brain upset. So her body wanted to start making cancer. So we had to learn how to say, okay, let's get this stopped and shut that off. The same thing with all our other daughters. My daughter May, She goes to chiropractic college, being trained in everything she knows, and her roommate had seizures all the time, even worse than what Leah had. So guess what she did? Oh, I know exactly what to do. It's like we're given this thing to help make the brains happy now. And so, we're going to go back now. Oh, one more thing. You came in off of Google, well, because of, I still don't understand how that works. I don't have enough money to find the people out there, right? Pfizer does, but we don't. So three things we ask to be a patient is, first of all, find a plan that works with you. Find one you want to commit to, and then we'll get that started next week. I can't, again, if you don't show up, I can't help you, right? Okay, so you know that. You know that. Number two is if there's anyone else in your family that wants to get checked, okay? Yeah, it's $100. They get the exam and x-rays and 3 visits, and then we have family discount plans that I will go over with you once they show up, okay? But if you have anybody else that you know, your brain's mad, right? You could probably use to get checked. Then like our special, $199, is to come in, go through the process, and like I like to say, I just want to help you live a new way that's as old as time, right? And that's what I want for you, okay? All right, so let's go back. Let's look at your x-rays, and we'll go from there, okay? Come with me. All the way back.